what's up? What's going on? What's good, everybody? The Boston Source here checking in. And you know what? We are a couple of weeks away from the big event at the MGM Grand Garden Arena, as you're going to have Manny Pacquiao fighting Mario Barrios for the WBC welterweight championship. And you know, the talk about it is that, oh man, we got Manny Pacquiao that's just returning here after an extended layoff when he had his last official bout against Yordenis Ugas sometime back. What was that, about 4 years ago? Like, goodness gracious, it's been that long. So he's here coming back against Mario Barrios. And yeah, a lot of people have been talking about the whole thing with Manny Pacquiao getting prepared for this particular fight, but Mario Barrios is not playing around either when it comes to this upcoming bout. He knows the stakes that are there on the line for this particular bout. And, you know, he had his workout there, media workout, you know, as he prepares for his bout against Manny Pacquiao. And you see that he was able to, you know, work on multiple things there in that particular workout. But he's, you know, been in camp working very hard for this particular matchup. And, you know, he's heard the talk and he knows about the odds. Yeah, they say that he's a favorite here in this particular matchup. But, you know, they still have some people that, you know, have been longtime fans of Manny Pacquiao that feel like Manny Pacquiao could be able to pull off the win and become the new WBC welterweight champion here. But, you know, the thing with Mario Barrios is whether it's him doing work over in Texas there or over in Las Vegas there. Of course, you got his head coach there, Coach Bob Santos, that's out there with him and things like that. So, you know, they've been working on multiple drills, as you see, multiple drills, moving around, doing things there with the jump rope and stuff like that. So he's very prepared for this upcoming bout against Manny Pacquiao. And the thing about it is that, you know, once they had the thing there with the media workout, they had the whole thing with the Q&A, and there were a number of things that were brought up in that question and answer session, particularly with him going up against a legend like Manny Pacquiao and how he feels about that coming up in this bout on July 19th.
What does it feel like to fight an icon like Manny Pacquiao?
I mean, originally getting the fight, I was pretty like blown away. But you know, during training camp and everything, you know, I'm not training with the mentality, you know, that I'm getting ready, you know, to fight an icon, to fight a legend. At the end of the day, he's just another man, you know, trying to fight for my title. So, you know, I respect everything he's done in the sport. You know, even the person he is outside of the ring. But come fight night, you know, all that respect, you know, it's not going to be there. You know, like, and it's all smiles, you know, between both of us for right now. But yeah, you know, I know on fight night, you know, we're both going in there with bad intentions. He's going in there trying to, you know, take my title, and I got to do whatever it takes to make sure he does it.
Now, the thing about it is, people have brought this up as a legacy fight here for Manny Pacquiao, but it's also a legacy fight here for Mario Barrios. I mean, he had him as world champion there at 140 pounds, and now he is the current WBC champion at 147 pounds. So the thing is, he wants to establish himself as a name at 147 pounds. And in the conversation there after the workout, they also brought up that he could potentially move up and be at 154 pounds as well.
Barrios, at this weight class, 147, does it fit you better, you know, as you got older? You know, you were fighting at a very low weight class, which might have been, you know, weight drain for you. Do you feel comfortable at this weight better than all the others?
Right now, yeah. I mean, yeah, I turned pro at 122. Just slowly, I'll grow all the weight classes with time. Right now, I feel strong at 147. I feel like, you know, I really have filled out to this weight class, and yeah, you know, so this is my this is the division that I focus on for these next couple of years. And then until, you know, we make the decision to move up, I plan on, you know, accomplishing as much as I can at welterweight.
Now that shows how much is at stake here for this bout, July 19th at the MGM Grand Garden Arena between Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios. Well, and Mario Barrios is definitely prepared for this bout here. He knows that there's a lot on the line, a lot of pressure. There's going to be a lot of attention here for this upcoming fight, but he's saying that he's ready to go for that. And you know what? It's going to make for a good encounter at the main event for that fight card, July 19th, MGM Grand Garden Arena. It's going to be on Amazon Prime pay-per-view. You also have, you know, multiple fights there that's going to be on that card as well. You're going to have the rematch with Sebastian Fundora and Tim Tszyu. And you're going to have another rematch there, as you're going to have, Isak Cruz there against Angel Fierro. Of course, their first bout was on February 1st in Las Vegas. And oh man, that was a good fight too there. That was a good fight, right? And then you're going to have Brandon Figueroa versus Joet Gonzalez there as part of the pay-per-view portion of the card. So a lot to look forward to on that pay-per-view section. And, of course, there, before that pay-per-view, you're going to have the former WBC featherweight champion there and Gary Russell Jr. coming back in action. And we're going to have more on that later on down the line here on the Boxing Source. But, here with the thing with Mario Barrios, I think that there are a number of people that are overlooking him, not just in this particular bout against Manny Pacquiao, but his overall standing in the welterweight division. And he's going into this bout here July 19th to make a statement. And if he makes a statement here against Manny Pacquiao, then that could, increase his standing as far as like how he is viewed there in the welterweight division. Of course, we had Bo Sanders, who was a unified champion, saying that he's moving up to 154. And then you have Brian Norman Jr. as a WBO champion that did have his knockout win over Jen Sasaki and is scheduled to have another defense against former undisputed lightweight champion and former WBC 140-pound champion Devin Haney. So there's a lot of action there in the welterweight division. But for now, Mario Barrios does have to take care of business here against Manny Pacquiao July 19th. And we're going to have more on that here in these coming days on the Boxing Source YouTube channel. So be sure to hit the like button if you enjoy this content here. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And we'll have more for you on this event in the coming days. Till then, I'll catch y'all later. Peace out.